y'all. What you having for dinner tonight? Tell you what I'm having. Something good. I have been looking at this recipe ever since fall recipes came out. And I found it in a magazine and I have been dying to try it. So tonight I'm making pumpkin risotto. We are grilling a London broil and I am sauteing some zucchinis, mushrooms, and onions. So to me it sounds fabulous. We'll see what Charles thinks. He hadn't been feeling too well. Matter of fact, last night he ate chicken noodle soup, so I'm not even sure if he'll eat tonight. But what we're having in the risotto is we have our risotto rice here, a little white wine, some vegetable stock, some sage, some onion, some pumpkin, some Romano cheese grated up, and then I'm going to top it with a little blend of Romano, Parmesan, and Asiago. And that's kind of white wine. Yeah, I said that. That's kind of all that we've got. Oh, some fresh nutmeg that I've already got over by the pan. So that's all for our rice. Then I've just got some zucchini sliced up, some sliced baby bella mushrooms, and some onion. And then I have my London broil, top round London broil. It's about 1 3/4 pounds. And I've had that marinating in my coconut aminos. That's kind of like soy sauce. It's an alternative to soy sauce. And then I sprinkled it with my Wasatch steak seasoning from Real Salt. And I'm going to grill that. I'm going to take my cast iron skillet out to the grill and put it right on the grill too. And I'm going to pan fry up, saute up the zucchinis and mushrooms. So I'm probably going to move the camera over to the pan, although I might just turn it and see if you guys can see it. Let me just turn the camera around so y'all can see how we're going to start this rice. I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and moved the camera because you couldn't really see over there. So I have got in here about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And in here, I've got our teaspoon of sage and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So we're putting that in, and we're just gonna wiggle it around here until it's kind of fragrant, aromatic, about 30 seconds. I can already smell it. God, it smells good. You wouldn't think that sage and nutmeg would smell good together. And I know this is loud in here. Sorry about that. Turn your volume down. I guess I could use a wooden one. But I do kind of like this. Let me see if a wooden one will make less noise. Let's see. Yeah, that's probably less noise. I'll use that one for you tonight. Alright, so that's fine. Now we're going to add our onion. And I've got about 1/2 teaspoon of Redmond's Real Salt in here. And I'm going to just saute these until they're translucent. It'll probably take, 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. So there's really not much need in y'all kind of sitting here. So we're going to magically pause you and come back when it's done. Alright, so our onions have softened up. They're translucent. Now we're going to take 8 ounces of our rice and put that in. And all we're going to do is kind of toast this for about a minute. And once we've toasted this up for a little bit, we're going to add in our wine. And it is just kind of like a dry white cooking wine. I'll turn this up a little bit more. It's supposed to be on medium. So, when you toast things like the seasonings and the rice, it just adds a little flavor. It brings out the flavor, the nuttiness, just like if you toast pecans. Have y'all ever toasted pecans? Pecans, what do you say? Pecans. You see, the difference in that taste that you get with those just by toasting it. So things that are toasted just seem to have a little bit better flavor. So that's all we're doing right here is giving them a little toast. And it only takes about a minute to kind of toast this up here. You can see that they're toasting, getting a couple of little brown bits in here. And that's all we want to do. We're not trying to really cook this rice much here. Now I have got over here our vegetable stock. And I'm going to be ladling that over this. This risotto needs a little tending, okay? We got to tend to it a little bit. Not hard, just takes a little tending to, okay? So now that that's toasted, we're going to put in our cup of dry white wine. And we are going to let this kind of simmer here until almost all the wine is absorbed. We want it almost all the way gone. So once we're at that stage, I don't know if y'all can see that, but anyway, once we're at that stage, then we'll come back and I'll let you know what we do next. Okay, it's almost all the way evaporated out. Can y'all see that? So now what we're going to do is turn our heat down to medium-low. We had it on medium. Now we've turned it down to medium-low. Let's see, we're going to ladle 3/4 cup of broth over rice. This is a 1/2 cup ladle. So we're going to do 1 ladle and about 1/2. I've got actually measurements in here. All right, we got 3/4 of a cup here. Now what you do is you just stir this. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to let it almost evaporate. We're going to let it simmering. And once this has done the same thing, once almost all of this broth has evaporated, we're going to do another 3/4 of a cup. And we're going to just keep doing that, stirring occasionally. You don't have to sit here and stir, 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 but you don't want it to stick. So just come here occasionally. This is probably all the batches it says here until it's tender. It's going to take it 25 to 30 minutes. Because, see, we've only got it on medium-low. So, it's going to take it a little bit between each batch to get tender. So, we're going to jump off of here. Just know it's going to almost absorb. We're going to add 3/4 of more cup. Keep stirring it every now and then. Same thing. And that's going to probably, by what I see in here, it's going to take me about 3 times to do that. So once all this is done, we'll come back and we'll get started on something else. I just wanted to give y'all a look at this. So that's 2 batches of the vegetable broth in there. So you can see it's starting to kind of swell up and soften up. We've got, once this is absorbed a little bit, then we'll put in the last one. You know, this said to cook 25 to 30 minutes. My timer says I've still got 15 minutes, so this has been going for about 10 minutes. But anyway, it's not much to it. I've only stirred it a couple times. This stainless steel pan is, you know, it's not sticking to it or anything because there's so much liquid. So there's not much to do with it. I went ahead out and got my grill turned on, and I've got my cast iron skillet out there heating up. And I'm gonna, as soon as it's heated up, I'm gonna throw that London broil on there. Here's our London broil again. We're gonna throw that on there. And that's going to cook for about 7 minutes on each side. 6 to 7 minutes. I want it to be 135 degrees. I've got my thermometer right there I'll be taking out because I like it medium rare, and 135 is what it'll be. So we'll be back once the risotto's done. Alright, I thought I'd show y'all what's happening on the grill. So I've got my zucchinis and onions and mushrooms here going on, and I've just got some Redmond's real salt on those, and I'm going to turn this down a little bit while this cooks. Can you believe that I came out here to check it the first time and I had run out of propane? So my husband had to run, and we've got more down in our garage. He had to run down the garage and grab a tank. So now this is not going to be done when my risotto is, but you know what, y'all? Life happens. We're going to just keep on keeping on. It's not a big deal. I'm going to just put the lid on the risotto once it's done and let it just sit until everything else is done. Because once this London broil comes off, it needs to rest for 10 minutes before I slice it, else all the juice runs off. Do y'all know why that happens? So think of meat think of like a fire. When things heat up, you want to like run, right? You want to run away from the fire. Well, that's what happens with the juice. It all runs to the middle. So it's trying to run from the fire, right? So it goes to the middle. Well, if you cut it before it's rested, all that juice just runs out. But if you don't and you let it rest, then the fire's out and the juice distributes back throughout all of the meat. So that's just kind of a quick version of what happens. I'm sure there's more scientific to it, but that's what I got to say about it. All right, I'm going to run back in and check and see if my risotto's ready. Okay, so the risotto is ready. It said it needed to be viscous and saucy. It looks viscous and saucy to me. So I'm going to hang y'all back up here because all I'm going to do is I'm going to add in our butter. I'm going to fold in our Romano cheese and our pumpkin and our tablespoon of sage, and then it's basically ready. I'm going to put the lid on it, and it'll be done. All right, there it is. I folded in the pumpkin, the cheese, the extra teaspoon of sage, and now see how it's stringing that cheese. You can see that cheese in there. It looks delicious. I'm going to just heat that through. I'm getting ready to run out and check my London broil and flip that over. I'll be back. Alright, so our zucchinis are done. I went ahead and turned those burners off. We've got our London broil here. I'll put some butter on the top because London broil is a very lean piece of meat and it can be tough. So I want that fat on there to help it, kind of stay moist. But anyway, I'm going to check the temperature on that in about 3 or 4 minutes and see if we're at 135 and pull that baby off. So risotto's ready. Alright. So our London broil has cooked and it has rested for 10 minutes. So we are ready to slice it. So there's what she looked like, y'all. I don't know if you can see it, but do you see this cutting board? This is the opposite side with the groove in it. I told y'all if y'all need a good cutting board, head on over to Costco because they have them on sale. Now when I cut this, I'm wanting to cut these pieces really thin, and I kind of don't have my knife up and down. I have it slanted just a little bit. I want to cut it just a little bit of a diagonal. Just because, again, this is a little bit, tougher type of meat. And actually, looks like it's got some gristle right here on the end. So we got to get past that where we can get a good cut here. All right. Now we're getting into it. It's some hard gristle right there on that little edge, but y'all might think it's a little bit too rare. Hopefully my husband will not think so. He's kind of a medium rare guy, but I'll try to give him some of the end pieces. Because I think it's perfect. Alright, y'all, hold on one second. I'm about to go wash my knife and sharpen it. Okay, I usually sharpen them before I use them. But tonight, my grill kind of messed me up out there when my propane ran out. And I just, coming in and out in the video, it just didn't happen tonight, folks. Sometimes we forget things. Skip a step. Don't skip a step. You need a sharp knife. I got an electric knife, but I hate using it because I don't know who designed it. Somebody with some big hands. Because I can barely wrap my hand around the handle part of it. It's like, I can't use it. So I usually use that at like holiday time, Thanksgiving time. And I let my son handle it. Alright. So, London broil is ready. We're going to let me get my husband a couple of these little end pieces here that aren't as rare. Because I like it like this, y'all. Oh, he said don't give him so much because he's not sure he's going to be able to eat it tonight. Just because I told you he hadn't been feeling well. Last night was chicken noodle soup, so he may not be able to eat his meat tonight. But Laura Bush can eat her meat tonight, y'all. She sure can. Yes, she can. All right. Now, I'll come over here and plate up. I'll be right back. Let me go over here and plate up the other things. I'll come back and show you. Okay? All right. So we got it all plated up here. Maybe I can bring it closer and show you. We got a lot of broil, our pumpkin risotto, and our zucchini and mushrooms. So I'm going to just take a bite of this little steak that's down here so I don't have to cut mine up. This is a little bitty piece that was down here. Oh, yeah. That has a delicious flavor to it. I sure does. The char, that coconut aminos, kind of cross between soy and teriyaki is what I think. And then all of that Wasatch seasoning on the top, delicious. I'm dying to try this risotto. Sprinkled with a little bit of cheese blend and a little bit of sage leaves. That's good, y'all. Creamy. That little bite of peppery cheese on there and that sage. Delicious. Let's try the zucchini, although it's kind of, like an afterthought. You can't never go wrong with zucchini and onion and mushrooms. It's delicious. I'm going to go sit down and eat. We'll see you at the table. All right, you guys. So we are sitting down to eat. Charles is going to try a little bit tonight, other than his chicken noodle soup. But you want me to say the grace tonight, honey?
Please.
Lord, thank you for this day and thank you for this meal. Bless the hands that played a part in getting this food to our table, Lord. Thank you that you're healing my husband up. Lord, take care of those who may need food tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right.
Well, I got to have a little shot of you.
Risotto.
Risotto.
That's good. To me. You might not like pumpkin risotto.
You and that pumpkin.
Yeah, he might not eat that. Plus, he eat it for about 4 or 5 days. And look, y'all. It's one of those rustic fall things that I like. And it's not up his alley. He's a plain Jane, meat and potato kind of guy.
I like pumpkin pie.
He likes sweet kind of pumpkin.
Love pumpkin.
He doesn't like the more savory pumpkin like I do. I love this kind of stuff. It is right up my alley. And he doesn't like zucchini. I buried one zucchini under onion and mushroom.
Yeah.
So
I'll eat it, but that ain't me.
Yeah, I already knew it wasn't him. So anyway, we're going to finish up and we will be back. I love how this thing starts by itself.
Oh,
all right, y'all.
started?
No, it started, yeah. So we're done. Well, I'm not, but he is. So I'm letting him talk to release him. He likes to sit back in the easy chair. All right, honey, tell the truth.
I don't have much appetite and I can't taste a whole lot. I have an apple in my throat. But London broil, I love it. Mushroom and onions, I could make a meal out of. Like she said, pumpkin like that. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for me.
It would need to be pumpkin pie for him to like it.
Pumpkin
Something
pie
sweet.
with whipped cream on it. But no.
He'll get that for Thanksgiving. But I think it's delicious, y'all. If you like savory pumpkin things, then you will like it. It's actually the first time I've ever had risotto. But anyway, I know that's hard to believe, isn't it? But I tried it. I love it. Anyway, make your London broil. They're delicious. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.